The cremations start before dawn, as workers still clean away the embers of the night before. Nestled on the banks of the river Ganges, Varanasi is India's holiest city. But it has not been spared by the vicious second wave of coronavirus ripping through the country. As day breaks, Matru Chowdhury waits for the rush to begin. His family has worked in the crematorium for generations, but he says they've never seen anything like this.
About 100, 140, 50 body per day.
And what would you...
Every 5 minutes, 10 minutes after ambulance bring the body.
Officially, the government says that 8 to 10 people are dying here of coronavirus every day. But the real figure is clearly much, much higher. Confronted with that reality, authorities have had to improvise. Varanasi's main crematorium has been so overwhelmed by the number of deaths that the city has had to set up a sort of makeshift crematorium. You can see it up here. This is just for COVID deaths. A steady flow of bodies is coming in. We get off the boat to take a closer look. More ambulances are arriving, bringing the dead and grieving family members in full protective gear. They are sprayed with disinfectant before they can begin the last rites. But there is no way of sanitizing the deep sense of loss. During the 2 hours we spend here, 7 bodies are brought in. Critics say the government has been negligent in its mishandling of this crisis, and that many lives could have been saved. Nirmal Gupta tells us he never imagined he would say goodbye to his father this way. Has the government done enough to stop this second wave?
No, not enough.
Much more efforts were required, he says. Varanasi needed a full lockdown, but the government didn't do it. It was incompetence. The situation in the city has become so bad that shortages have been reported of wood needed for the funeral pyres. Merchant Deepak Chowdhury says the demand is 4 times higher than usual. As long as I've worked here, I've never seen so many dead bodies coming in, he says. The last month has shocked me. Is it true that you're running out of wood in some places? The 3 main suppliers had run out of wood, he tells us. The local administration had to intervene. Death has always been part of the fabric of life in Varanasi. For centuries, people have come here to die. The belief is that the sacred waters of the river Ganges will help their souls achieve moksha, liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. But the staggering toll of this scourge has shocked everyone.
It's a very bad situation right now. And every household is facing this. I don't think there's any family that has been spared.
As the sun sets, the sound of the evening prayer pierces the smoky air. The next wave of the dead is brought in, and the cycle begins again. Clarissa Ward, CNN, Varanasi, India.